Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free news podcasts to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.
On today's Smart 7, Rishi's Rwanda drama drags on and Boris apologises over Partygate. It's Friday, 8th of December. It's Christmas jumper day and happy birthday to Nicki Minaj.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak laid out 5 pledges that he wanted to be judged on, but the one that has caused him the most trouble was his pledge to stop the small boats. Thursday saw his latest attempt to reboot the Rwanda plan that would see illegal migrants shipped to Africa under fire as it emerged that a further £100 million has already been paid to Rwanda in April this year. And his new emergency legislation, designed to circumvent the Supreme Court, hasn't gone far enough for the Tory right wing. Former Home Secretary Suella Braverman was leading the charge against the new bill on BBC Radio 4 when host Nick Robinson challenged her on her relentless attacks on all sides.
Isn't the truth you're a headline grabber who does it by spreading poison even within your own party?
The truth is that when I served as Home Secretary, I sought to be honest for the British people, and sometimes honesty is uncomfortable.
Then Rishi called an emergency press conference for 11 a.m, and he brought that famous maths teacher energy with him. This time, though, he sounded genuinely frustrated. He says it's his mission to block any route for asylum seekers that would prevent them being shipped to Rwanda.
The idea that Rwanda isn't safe, blocked, and spurious human rights claims, you'd better believe that we've blocked those too because we're completely disapplying all the relevant sections of the Human Rights Act.
Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson was back in the witness box at the COVID inquiry on Thursday. He came under pressure for his own remarks, including the let it rip comment, and was questioned at length about Rishi's Eat Out to Help Out scheme. Johnson said his own experience of COVID changed his view of the pandemic, and he expressed his gratitude to the NHS. He was also challenged by a lawyer for victims' families who wanted to know about Boris's claim that the UK had defied gloomy predictions of mortality rates, and he refused to accept evidence to the contrary, much to the annoyance of those in the public gallery.
I'm putting to you some cold steel of evidence.
But I don't believe that your evidence stacks up.
Okay.
And I think that, well, actually, if you look at...
Could we just pause, please, Mr. Weatherby, Mr. Johnson?
He came under pressure over Partygate and criticised the media portrayal of Downing Street as a travesty of the truth, but he did at least apologise for the offence that was caused.
You know, if I had my time again, of course I'd have done things differently. I would have sent repeated messages round saying, you know, make sure that everybody can see that you're properly following the guidance. So, frankly, I think it was logistically impossible to do that.
As if UK politics wasn't complicated enough, the Foreign Office announced on Thursday that it has uncovered consistent efforts by Russia to interfere in British politics and public life. A hacking group known as Star Blizzard, run by Russian FSB officers, has apparently compromised conversations of high-profile politicians, journalists and civil servants. The efforts were uncovered by British intelligence, working in concert with the Five Eyes intelligence network, and Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden announced the findings at a press conference.
This group, operated by FSB officers, has also selectively leaked and amplified information designed to undermine trust in politics. Russian representatives have been summoned to the Foreign Office this morning, and appropriate sanctions have been levelled.
US President Joe Biden spoke to the Israeli Prime Minister by phone on Thursday evening. America and Israeli allies are becoming increasingly concerned about the plight of civilians in Gaza as Israel steps up its assault on the southern end of the Gaza Strip. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has invoked Article 99 in an attempt to force a ceasefire, but it's expected that the US will use its veto to overrule the UN Security Council. UK Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron was in Colorado attending a one-day Aspen security conference which saw a gathering of decision-makers and thought leaders from around the world discuss the ongoing situation in Gaza. He says that Israel continues to face a real threat from Hamas.
Hamas uses its people to try and defend its rockets. I mean, they have no regard for civilian casualties. I don't see there's some sort of moral equivalence, and Israel has to abide by international humanitarian law, and that's the point we keep making to it.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, upsets in the Premier League and tributes to one of Britain's best-loved poets. Right after this.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner and user of Mint Mobile. And I am recording this message on my phone. I'm literally on my Mint phone. Why? Because fancy recording studios cost money. And if we spent money on things like that, we couldn't offer you screaming deals. Like if you sign up now for 3 months, you get 3 months free on every one of your plans, even unlimited. Visit mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time new customer offer. Activate within 45 days. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. Unlimited customers using more than 40 gigabytes per month will experience slower speeds. Video streams at 480p. See mintmobile.com for details.
Welcome back.
Thursday night saw 2 Premier League games and a night of upsets as West Ham beat hosts Spurs 2-1, while Everton sprung a surprise on Newcastle at Goodison with a 3-0 win. It was a crucial 3 points for Everton following their 10-point deduction by the FA, and it sees them climb out of the relegation zone and up to 17th in the table. Manager Sean Dyche felt his team deserved the win.
Yeah, I think it's certainly a reward for the level of performance. I thought we delivered as good a performance, if not better, actually, against Man U, and you can't believe you lose that game. Certainly not 3-0. Today we got the opposite, a very good performance, particularly a strong first half against a good outfit.
Variety magazine has been busy once again, pairing up actors to interview each other and save themselves some work. Earlier in the week, we saw Margot Robbie pleading with Cillian Murphy for more Peaky Blinders, and now they've reunited The Devil Wears Prada stars Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway. They got busy reminiscing about when they first met for a table read of the iconic script.
This is so embarrassing because I remember every second of the first time I met you, and you're like, did we? I remember walking into the room and turning and meeting you, and I just remember going hi buddy in my head, and the instant thought I was like, what a movie star.
The British poet, author and actor Benjamin Zafanian has died aged just 65. He was diagnosed with a brain tumour just 8 weeks ago and passed away on Thursday morning with his wife by his side. He was born in Birmingham, left school at 14 and was diagnosed with dyslexia. Despite that, he published his first collection of poetry at just 21. He went on to publish many volumes of poetry, novels and autobiography and record a number of dub poetry albums. He was also a passionate campaigner, a lifelong vegan and animal rights activist, and starred in Peaky Blinders as Jimmy Jesus. He refused an OBE back in 2003 as a protest against the history of the British Empire, and he spoke back in 2020 about how important it is that we tell our own stories. Rest in peace, Benjamin.
For all of us, it's really important, We have to document our own history as much as we can. And some of our parents, they didn't want to talk about things because they struggled, it was difficult. So we have to kind of open up and tell our own history, show our own history, because if we don't, some academic, and I've got nothing against academics, I am one, will just sit down and do it for us.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Tired of ads barging into your favorite news podcasts? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Just head to amazon.com/ad-free news podcasts to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime subscribers. Some shows may have ads.